Sometimes in life we find ourselves in dark places, not because we did anything wrong, but because we're doing what's right. And in those moments we wonder, where is God? This is one of those stories. In the ancient city of Philippi, the streets are peaceful, but something powerful is about to unfold. Paul and Silas are walking in obedience, following the Spirit's lead. They heal, they preach, they bring light into darkness. In the crowd, a young slave girl with a spirit of divination cries out day after day. Paul, moved by the Spirit, turns and rebukes the spirit, and suddenly she is free. But her masters, realizing their profits are gone, stir up the city in rage. An angry mob forms. Officials seize them. Their clothes are torn. Rods are raised. Paul and Silas are dragged before the authorities, falsely accused, stripped and beaten. They were enduring a terrible trial, not just physical pain, but injustice, humiliation and suffering for doing what was right. Their crime, preaching the gospel, bruised and bleeding, they are thrown into the innermost part of the prison. No light, no justice, no escape. Their feet are fastened in stocks, but their spirits still free. It is midnight. The prison is still. By dim candlelight, Paul and Silas begin to pray softly, and then they sing. Their praise echoes through stone walls. The other prisoners listen in silence, in awe. Suddenly the earth begins to shake. The ground rumbles. Chains rattle. A violent earthquake opens every door and breaks every chain. But no one runs. The prisoners remain. This is no ordinary escape. This is a moment filled with the power of God. The jailer awakens. He sees the doors flung open. He draws his sword, ready to take his life, believing all have fled. But Paul calls out, "Do thyself no harm. We are all here." Trembling, the jailer falls before Paul and Silas. "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" In that darkest hour, Paul shares the light of Christ. That very night, the jailer and his entire household believe and are baptized. Dawn breaks. Joy fills the jailer's home. A family once lost is now saved. What began in pain ends in praise. What looked like bondage brings breakthrough. Through the worship of two men in the storm, God brings eternal freedom to a home. Later that morning, Paul and Silas walk out of the city, their backs to the rising sun. They are free, not just in body but in spirit. This is the power of trusting God in trials. Sometimes He doesn't remove the prison. He fills it with His presence. The trials Paul and Silas faced were brutal. Physical suffering, injustice, fear, and humiliation. And while your prison may look different today, whether it's grief, financial stress, anxiety, rejection, or loss, the same God who showed up for them can meet you too. His presence is not limited by time, location, or circumstance. He still steps into the dark and fills it with light. So when your midnight hour comes, may you praise like Paul, trust like Silas, and remember, God is working even in the dark. Because this story isn't just about them, it's about you. The same God who heard their songs in the prison hears your cries today. You are not forgotten, you are not alone, and your breakthrough may be closer than you think. So if this story encouraged you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe and share it with someone who might need a midnight hour reminder of God's power. Let this story anchor your hope. Even in your darkest moments, God is still near, still working, and still worthy of praise. Want to go deeper? Watch the full devotional, Can Trials Bring You Closer to God? Here's the truth, linked above.